So, hello to whoever's here. I got goods, y'all. I got goods. Look at this. I've got the good goods. I got so many of the good goods. More good goods. Still more good goods. I got all the goods. I got the lenses. I got the lenses. I got the lenses. These really don't have any value. I can sell them in a bulk lot. I got more lenses that do like starburst. It's corny 80s crap. But oh, and the camera, which really isn't worth anything, but I got the goods. I'll get my money back on it for sure. I bought the entire bag. And every camera they had at the sale. It was an estate sale. I bought every camera. I bought all the goods. So and I am going to start showing everybody. I've just been really busy. I've been really busy. But I'm going to start showing everybody how they can do what I'm doing. I'm averaging profit 100% after fees and eBay, eBay's fees, postage, because I pay shipping. I'm starting to do calculated shipping on bigger items, but generally free shipping is my platform that's the way I do it. But bigger items, I'm definitely going to start doing calculated shipping because it's freaking pricey. But I'm averaging around 700 a week. And I've only been doing this a month and change. So like 100% a month and change because, eBay had me locked down and not able to do shit until the 4th of June. So I've been doing this since the 4th of June. And I got tons of really cool cameras. And you think there's no money in them. That's why you get them so cheap at yard sales. People think, oh, this is an old 90s camera. Nobody wants that. Yeah, they do. And I said, how much are your cameras? $5 a piece. I went, even the ones that are still in the box? Yep. Even the ones that come with the bag, which is all of them came with the bag. Yep. So, well, consider them all sold. I think I left one. I probably should have grabbed it. It was $5 but it was a Kodak, like an easy share. They have a big long line of easy shares. There's not just one, there's many. And since I couldn't get a signal where I was at and I couldn't comp it, I just was like, they're so basic. I don't want it. So I left one camera. I took all the rest. And the great thing was this one we thought just had a Fujifilm in it, right? This one had a Fujifilm in it inside. But then there's something here. And I was like, what's that? When we got home, we started going through everything we bought. And there was another whole camera. Another whole, worth more than the one that was in the bag. I need that back then, okay? This is an old school Hewlett-Packard Full HD 1920 by 1080p. So, and it works. See? It works. It records. It does all the things. It's in phenomenal condition. This house was amazing. They had just sold the house they put it on the market, and 4 hours after they listed it, a man was knocking on the door with a check for what they were asking plus $15,000 extra. He knew the market was beckoning for upwards of 90 to 100,000 more over asking in this area. So Colorado's real bad right now. They're really bad. They're asking tons over. I mean, they're offering tons over. So I got that one, which is a Hewlett-Packard and the quality of the video is amazing. Of course, you know, you can set it to whatever you want it. Yeah, don't be scared to talk. I really don't mind having conversation at school. Talk to me or I won't show you all my cameras. This is one of my favorites, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. This one, I think, is another Fujifilm. Like, I'm not going to get more than maybe 30 or 40 for each one, but I paid $5. So you got to keep that in mind. Yeah. And the reason these Fujifilms just really don't go for more is not because the quality's not there. Some of them, the quality's fine. And the nostalgia is definitely there, but they take regular AA and AAA batteries, and they don't last. I remember the first few, hi Harold, the first few cameras I had were Fujifilms, and they, yes, took AA batteries. So rechargeable batteries they just took off. People were buying the rechargers and the batteries because you had to have a mountain of extras with you if you took your camera anywhere. So these batteries do not last. They just don't freaking last. But I had one very similar to this one. Not quite this one, but along the same time frame. It works. Hold on. Let me try it. This is the one. Was this the one that no, I didn't charge this one. This one I don't know. I've got to still charge it. Testing. It comes with all the cords, everything. Everything. I did plug it in, and it got some power activity with no batteries in it, just being plugged in. But I've got to put batteries in it and make sure that it's going to hold at least a moderate charge. $5 a piece. How much, Trinista? See, yeah, people are buying houses like crazy. It's really weird. There's nothing to buy because they're selling so quick. People, for every home for sale, there's like 5 people trying to get it. That's on average. It's awful. It's terrible. Even the homes in the bad areas, they're going for crazy amounts over. Like a home that you would normally spend $25,000 for in a really bad part of this city is going for like 40. It's crazy. So there's this one, old school as hell. Old school. Hold on. But I'm gonna get my money. I'm making my money, honey. Where the hell's the opening? The one, my favorite, is right here. I'm going to show y'all this one. It's so cool. It's so cool. When I realized what it was, I looked at the lady and went, I haven't seen one of these things in ages, like decades. Let me see. It hasn't really been decades. It's been a while, though. See, I got all the booklets. It's got all the good stuff. But this house was amazing. They probably got 700,000, maybe a million for it. This house was great. But walking through it wasn't like a mansion or anything, but it's Jacksonville. Certain parts of town are desirable. Here we go. This has got all the stuff in there. Another Fujifilm. Again, it takes AA's. That was the only downfall of these great cameras that these companies were coming out with. I remember, because my dad was a photographer. He did wedding photography. That's what he did as a second job, because he worked for the railroad. He retired from the railroad, but he did wedding photography. And he stayed busy. But he didn't use any of this stuff. He used that old school camera that you look down into. They gave the best pictures. But anyway, I remember these companies just jockeying for position when the digital world opened up for cameras. And the problem with all of them was the same. The quality was great, but as soon as you put it up to the maximum excellent quality, your batteries couldn't hold, So when they got over that little hurdle, everything was fine. But people still buy these old schools. They love them. I don't get it, and 35 millimeter cameras, these little pocket cameras, they're worth more than the ones I've got here. I've got one, though. I've got one of those. This one is a 35 millimeter one. This one here. And the other one has film still in it, plus a roll of film that hasn't been used yet. Actually, 2 rolls of film. So, where the hell did it go? Here it is. It's in the original old school Canon bag. Let me see. James! I'm doing really well. I'm kind of dealing with a loss. My best friend passed away this past week, Thursday morning. One of my best friends. And she's the one that I stayed with when I first came here in 2015. I lived with her. She passed away. Pneumonia due to COVID. She was diagnosed Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, and Thursday morning she laid on her couch and died. But here's that old school Canon. I've got to charge it. I gotta get some batteries. See, it takes a special battery, which it has one of those batteries, but it's no good, obviously. The battery expired in like 2004. So that should tell you how old this camera is. But this camera is in phenomenal. Look at that. These all belong to one chick. All these were hers. So she was very into photography. She saved all the booklets, all the brochures. She saved everything. But I got a lot of great stuff at her estate sale. Where's my... Oh, here it is. This is the one. Now, I got my first computer, my own personal... I was on the computer with the internet and an email address back when I started visiting my parents when they had theirs. I want to say it was 95. But anyway, might have been a little earlier than that. But I know that my dad was one of the first ones on board in his area because his buddy at work was a computer fanatic. He built computers, he sold computers, he broke them down, he did the whole shebang. So he got one from him, paid an arm and a leg. Back then, you know how it was. They were expensive. Rip to everyone we've lost recently. Your friend in Cooper will be missed. Love you, girlfriend. Love you too, James. And it's just so, I don't want to do that today. Her memorial and viewing is Friday, and I don't even know if I'm going to go. I don't know if I can. So she was one of 3. It was me, her, and Lisa. I actually did a video about the 3 of us, about the life in the trailer park back in 2014. I did my video. It's still up, and I talk about her, and I talk about my Lisa and my Sherry baby. And we were the 3 Musketeers. It was, everybody knew. You see us, we're together. We're shooting pool up at Odie's. We're at the bus stop with our babies, going to the grocery store. I mean, we were together a lot, and we were the 3 Musketeers. And Lisa said, we were talking, about Sherry being gone, and she said, then we're 3 Musketeers. I said, yeah, I know. I've been cussing Sherry out about it. I've been cussing her out, man. But that's a classic. What the trailer park one? I don't shy away from what my life was and is. But okay, so back in the day when I first got my own computer, I also wanted a camera. My daddy sent me this old Polaroid. AOL gave you a free camera, digital, for signing up for a year. A contract back when they used to do that shit, right? And my dad got it. Well, he liked it, but he wanted a better one. So he gave me that one, and he got I still have that camera. I wonder if there's any value in it. I still have that camera packed away. Well, I don't know. I might have lost it in the house fire. I might not have it. Shit. Anyway, so, I mean, there's no value in it for me. I just happen to have still had it for years and years. So I, went on my little excursion. I got my own computer in 2000, beginning of the year, tax time. Got a guy in the park, he built them, and I bought one from him. He built me one. Paid too much, but I wanted a camera. I liked the one I got from my dad, but the quality was horrible. It was so grainy. And I saw this one that I really, really wanted. And it was too much money. I think it was like $600, $500. And I knew we couldn't get it. But it was so freaking cool. And it was a Sony. It was the Sony one. Well, this one is the Canon. And this is the one that when I opened the bag, because they had all the bags open, you know, but when I lifted it out and realized what I was holding, I was like, no way! $5? It's got every cord. It's got the carry strap that goes on the bag. It's everything. Look, you guys. And I'm so torn about, I don't need this. I don't, but it's nostalgic for me. I told y'all the story to tell you, this is nostalgia for me. This thing is in phenomenal shape. Check it out. Turn it on. Okay, it's on. And then once you turn it on, you can open this. And it's got a little mini DVD inside. It's got a DVD. Y'all, I don't want to get rid of it because I wanted one so bad when they came out. And but there's a market for these. It's not a big one. It's got the little view. It's got the touch screen. It's freaking phenomenal, man. Is this the one with the touch screen? It might have been the Hewlett Packard one that had the touch screen. One of them's got it. But they left all their media in here. So I guess it's a granddaughter or whatever. She went on a cruise with her grandparents, which were the people that sold their home. And cut this off. And it's all still in the camera. So I was looking at it, and she had a blast. She was funny. Her and her cousin shared a room. I'm going to probably return all of that to them because I know that's memories they want to keep, you know. And the other thing that was in this bag, tons of extras. I don't know if they're all blank. I know one of them is because it's still wrapped. It is cellophane wrapped. That one is cellophane wrapped. The rest are open, so they may have movies on them, like family movies or whatever. I want to give that back to that girl. She's probably 20 something now, but what a great find. I love my job. I freaking love my job. I mean, I'm making crazy money. I mean, like I bought that printer for $20. I bought a printer for $20 freaking dollars and sold it to a doctor in Puerto Rico. He bought it from me off of eBay for $315. You can't beat that with a stick. So yeah. And then every now and then I pick up shit like this, which is a dog shedder. You hook it up to your vacuum and then you scrape this down your dog, and it's like a dog shedder with the cleanup, immediate cleanup. So these don't really have, I paid $1, I think, for this, maybe $2. They don't have a huge market, but I spent $2, so I'm not sweating it, you know. It will sell. I got to list it first. I haven't done that. But, hey, Rub. What else? Oh gosh, I sold a VCR. I listed 2 VCRs because I hadn't gotten around to it. We had to service them, clean them, make sure everything worked, found remotes that control them. I bundle them. You get the VCR, the brand new remote, unless I have an original remote. But these were brand new, the GE Ultra Pros, and I got a really good deal on those too. I look for deals on everything. And we went to Walmart and we bought one GE Ultra Pro. And I said, we're buying this and we're going to test it on every VCR we get. This is going in my tools of the trade. This will not get used for us. This is strictly to check every system we buy. And if it does control it, we'll find another one, you know. But then I found a guy selling 4 of them and in one lot. So I sent him an offer. He accepted it. I ended up spending like $4 a piece for them, and they're regular 10 to 20 a piece. Hey, Mara, on your back. Ooh. So everybody gets a movie, a VHS movie, like Twister. I got one for sale with Twister, one with Independence Day, G.I. Jane. I got some blanks. If I see them at the thrift store, the blanks, I grab them up. So you bundle it with a remote and a blank, and everything is serviced. It's all functioning. Everything is ready to go. And all they have to do is program the remote when they get it, because it's still packaged. It's new. And I listed 2, and one of them sold within a few hours. When I woke up in the morning, one of them had sold. So I shipped that off today. People in California like to buy stuff on eBay. I have shipped a ton of stuff to California and Georgia, but California, holy shit. So much. I'm like, why? Why? I mean, I don't know. Californians just love to shop on eBay, I guess. So I've been staying busy with all this shit. And the death of Sherry, baby aside, things have been going good. You know, they've been going really good. And then I found out that the same day I found out Sherry baby died, found out that another lady that I knew way back when we lived in Buccaneer, she passed away a few days before her from complications from COVID. And it's like, wow, Priscilla, Sherry baby, they're going to wipe the Mayport area out. They're just going to, COVID's just going to wipe Mayport out. There's a lot of people that just don't believe in getting the shot. And now when Priscilla got it in March, she lingered until last week. But I don't know if she was against getting it. I do know that they hadn't released that age group yet to get it, you know, before she got sick. They say Michael Jackson used to shop on eBay. Really? Well, here's one for you. I don't think it's her, and I won't give out any addresses, but somebody named Venus Williams bought something from me from eBay. And I called Doug in the room and went, do you see this? He went, what? I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to ship it. I don't know. I don't know if it's the real Venus Williams, but they're people just like us, you know? You know, there's things that they want that they can't find in the store, and they find it on eBay. So you never know. That was funny. That was within the first few weeks, I guess, or 2 weeks, maybe. Yeah. Then I've sold 2 things on Marketplace. I sold that Cinderella. I didn't even get to show everybody. I had a Cinderella Scentsy wax warmer. And I was trying to get 200 or better for it because everybody else was, but it was just lingering. And a lady messaged me and said, would you take 150? Because I bought it for 65. I paid up for that. And so I sold that. And then there's this thing called WeatherTech Bumper Step or Bump Step. And it goes in your hitch hookup for like your trailer hitch. But it goes there, and it helps you from backing into things and ruining your paint job or your vehicle. And it also gives you an extra step up if you need to reach something up higher or reach into the bed of your truck. And it's just an extra step. And they sell new right now on the WeatherTech website for $100. Mine was new in the box, had never been installed. I got it from the thrift store for $15, and I sold it on the marketplace to a guy in because I'll ship from the marketplace as well. I sold it to a guy in North Carolina for $75. So I made my money on that one. I'm just always looking for bargains. I see them everywhere, and it just makes me happy to see every day more than $100 goes into my financial account every day between everywhere that I'm selling. So sometimes it's every 2 days. But either way you look at it, like yesterday, I made $165 went into my account. And then today it was 123. Tomorrow it'll probably, once those clear, that'll be another 110, I think. This is daily, so I love my job. I do. I love my job. These surprisingly don't go for a ton. This one might give me 15 or 20. My cousin Rub was supposed to tell you to unblock. You know what? I did not. You're not blocked. You're not blocked, Skiwi. I swear you're not blocked. Just let me look and see if you're on the blacklisted words. Give me a second. I'm telling you, you're not blocked. You can buy me dinner next summer. I will. I'll be rolling in it next summer. I'm really hoping by next year, because, the more I make, the more I spend when I go out on my weekend excursions to buy more, when I source for more stuff. I started off going from, I would go and spend $40 for stuff to sell. Now, when I go out to a source, I'm spending anywhere from $100 to $250 on stuff to sell, but I'm making it back. I mean, I can buy something for 50 cents and flip it for 25. Where else are you going to do that other than doing what I do? Oh, shut up. I'm looking now. I'm seriously looking. YouTube Studio. I'm trying to remember where that would be. Community, I would think. Let me check. There's no community on here. Okay. Settings. Community. There we go. Let's see if your name is under the blacklisted words. Hidden users. Meth Head Mary, UFO Channel, King Hustle, MB Reyes, Trash Bag, whoever that person is, Mrs. Kitty, John Nomad, Bonnie Ziegler, Yvonne Rubber Chicks, Spank Me, we already know who that is, Shams the Cat, the fake Rosie O'Kelly, Skiwi, that's not you. You are blocked. Hold on. I've looked on there multiple times. I didn't see it. I'm glad I looked again. Okay, you're unblocked. There's a lot of people on here that are blocked, and they all deserve it. Every fucking one of them. All right, let me click save. I noticed some very... yeah, things got weird with that one, and I thought that was a really cool person, but things are weird. Anyway, I noticed my sub count. This community is really something else. I get secondhand embarrassment for this fucking community sometimes. Hold on, let me get to this page. I had 3,652 subs. I did the video about Cooper, and within 2 days, I had 3,705 subs and 53 additional subs. I have the drama. Holy shit. And it's like, I told Doug, I was like, I don't know why they sub. This is not the norm of my channel. I'm not going to come on here and just announce people dying all the time. I'm not going to come on here and give them a reason to go, oh, yeah, I'm going to share. How do I ship? I don't even see Skiwi. Where is he? Oh, you're a real granny with 14 grandkids. I've only got 4 grandkids. I'm a real granny too. And welcome to the channel. You are seen right now. Stop complaining. Unblock Skiwi. Thanks, Rub. That's Skiwi. Go into your regular name and make sure that I unblock the correct, because it might have been a fake Skiwi. I think it must have been you, but I didn't block you. So I guess one of my wrenches did, because you were visible on here and you were coming on the side chat. Everything was fine. And then you said you were blocked. And I was like, why would I block you? Things are fine. Why would I do that? Let me see. What was I saying? The fuck was I talking about? Click on his name. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't get to see mine. You know, I don't get to see mine. They live out of state. So I FaceTime with them, but that's about it. I see them on the Facebook app. We talk that way. I know when someone's trashing me because I get new subs too. They weren't really trashing me. I did the Cooper thing because I honestly, truly thought I was late to the information and everyone else knew. And that's why I came on. I just wanted to like reach out to everybody that also knew Cooper and through here. And, you know, that's when I found out nobody freaking had told anyone. Like nobody had told the community. I was like, I didn't know. Kind of like the time Donnie blocked me in chat, then couldn't see me on his stream. I just put my tapeworm to bed. She's here till the weekend. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. Let me scroll up, see if it reminds me. How do I ship? You asked me. I use Pirate Ship. And, you know, they use that whole bulk rate, business bulk rate. And so they pass it on to the people who use them. And I compared it to USPS.com, the website, and it does save you money. Yes, it does. Maybe, yeah, Rub, that might be why. Really? To the library? We had a busted pipe under the bedroom, between the bedroom and the back bathroom when I got up today. And I heard this awful noise, and it was water just gushing. And I called Doug up and said, get your ass home. There's a busted pipe, and I just ran outside and cut off the main. But you got to get home and fix this shit. And he gets paid Friday. And I was like, well, lucky for you, let me send you some money. So it was nice being able to, you know, we have not been broke one time. We have not had any problems. If somebody, I won't mention who, but if somebody messages me or calls me and says, can you front me a little cash until such and such? It's been no problems. You know, it's been very nice. Maybe if you're a mod, she'll be able to see you. Who are you talking to, nurse? Same old crap with you, Ski. Wrench me. I can't wrench someone that I can't see. Oh, give me a wrench. Okay. I see you there. I'm gonna give you a wrench. I thought you were gonna go back into your other name because I've already unblocked you. You're unblocked. You're not on the list of blocked ones anymore. I can't see him under his Skiwi name, but I can see him right there under that name, the unblocked one. Whose blocked list is this? Whose blocked thing is this that I'm looking at here? How can you see my blocked list? How? How are you in my Google account? Yeah. So how are you accessing that? No, I don't even know who that first one is. I don't know who the last two are either. Oh, I got you. As soon as you typed that, I was thinking that. I was like, wait a minute. It's one of them deals where if I click it, it'll take me to mine. But if Mara clicks it, it'll take it to hers. And if Harold clicks it, it'll take it to his. Yeah, it dawned on me right as you were putting that in there. I thought you were like, how the fuck are you? Okay, but you're not on that list. Let me just inform you that there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people, and you aren't one of them. You're not on there. Hi, Skunk Ape. Hi, Gabe. Gabe, I would love to do the Hangouts again, but I'm so busy. Okay, yeah, do that because you're definitely not typed. I mean, you're not blocked on that page. You're not there. You have juice blocked? I don't have juice blocked. I have the usual suspects blocked, as you can imagine, and a couple I don't even recognize. 3 for sure that I don't recognize at all. Business is real good, Skunk Ape. Very good, actually. Making really a lot of good money. I'm going to be doubling down soon. And I see it. I started off thinking I was going to do a lot of desirable, basically knickknacks, if you want to know the truth of the matter, and figurines and stuff that were collectible. But then once they broke loose and let me sell, I started realizing I want to sell computer stuff, printers, small appliances, vintage electronics. There's a lot of stuff that I want to sell that it's not a glamorous world of eBay reselling, for sure. But I don't care. It's the money world of eBay reselling, and I love it. Bigs or smalls? What do you mean? You buy from eBay all the time, really? So I shipped something out. It freaked me out. I was going through the sold items on this particular day, and one of the names popped out at me. And it was a very unique name. This is a very peculiar name. The first name's not, the last name is. And this name was the name of a friend of mine that I've had on Facebook for years, and he had just passed away. Probably November, he passed away. And when I saw that name, it jolted me. Of course, it's not him, but it just was like, wow, what are the freaking odds? Maybe it's a relative. So anyway, I shipped off his item, and he just messaged me today and said the item arrived and it's damaged. And he sent me pictures, and the box was like crushed. And he said, what do I do? I said, you take the package, you take the item, you take your paperwork, and you show them the pictures of where you bought it and how it looked. And then you file a complaint and a claim. It's insured up to 100, and they will pay. It looks like they ran it over with a forklift. And I told him, I didn't even say I'm sorry, because there's nothing for me to be sorry for. I told him, there's not enough bubble wrap in the world that could have protected that item from what happened to it. There's just not. Hi, I am Hot Frog. Did the cat? What cat? What do you mean? You mean my actual cat? Had to make sure she was tucked in and give her the itinerary for the week. Oh, what is it, a cruise ship? Got a damn itinerary? Ski, someone once told me, when you're smart, it doesn't feel like you're smart. It feels like everyone else is dumb, but they aren't really. You know what? I'm not going to say that, because then people will get mad and go, oh, you act like you're smart, so I know what you mean. I have a friend that always told me, you are the smartest person. You are we grew up together, me and this chick. Corey's the smartest person I've ever met. Corey, every time there's a problem, she's got a solution. Every time I wonder about something, she's flat got an answer, and it makes sense, and it's true. She's so smart, so smart. And I would say, well, thank you. And then I would think, it's not that I'm that smart. It's like, you're that dumb. I hate to be, I wouldn't say that, but I was like, it's not that, it's just that, I'm average. That's all that. I'm just average. I've never trolled you either, Frog. I sure can, but I have always been able to see him. Just trying to get in your pants. No. I feel awkward when my jokes fall flat. It is an awkward feeling, but you're honest about it. Do you see? That's good. That's good. You're honest about the way it makes you feel. That's freaking awesome. It's nice. You're doing a banger chat sometime. I'll be glad to come on and talk to you. Just give me a link sometime, and I'll be glad to talk to you. I miss you, Corey. I miss you too, Gab. I miss everybody that used to come on the chats. I really do. I haven't even thought about doing banger chats again. Just these right here, just like chatting with everybody here. But when I do banger chat, that means I'm planning to panel people up if they want to. But when it's here, it's basically just me. I'm not saying I would never give out a link here, but most of the time it's just me wanting to chat with everybody. But Doug fixed we went up to Lowe's, we got the parts. I bought 2 more plants from the near dead area, and they look great, so I don't know why. But anyway, and then he's making, I'm not digging in my butt. I have a stray hair in my waistband, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, it's driving me bananas. I'm not going to stay long. Type is too small for my eyes. I can't believe they want $700 for eyes. Holy shit, girl. I'll spit in your eyeball for free. What the hell? I have a mixed drink because I'm grown and I do what I want. Corey, Troy is waiting in his truck camper for you. Start banger chat again. Oh, I haven't seen or heard from Troy in a while. I hope he's okay. You're welcome. You looked like the black sheep of the family over there. To give you a rich. I don't even know you. You looked like the redheaded stepchild. It's a medicine that's killing the dry cells. I'll spit in your eye for free. I got to get my pegboard and get it up. I'm going to try to get one this week so I can hang this kind of shit because it's kind of like just scattered everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Let me show y'all some of my favorite cells. Favorite. I posted it on Facebook. That looks good. My friend's pulling tomatoes out of her garden. Ooh, it's good. Y'all want to see my baby laughing at the bubbles, the balloons? Hold on. Here we go. I have a grouping here of pictures, okay? I have a total of $42 invested in this entire group I'm about to show you. I made $770.60. After fees and everything, $600 is what I cleared right at it. After fees and shipping and everything. But I'm going to just show you, okay? I'm going to show you how much cray money. I mean, you can like go, hey, Corey, here's $20. Will you make me $100? Be right back. And then I'll give you $100. I mean, it's literally that easy, but it's a lot of work. This is not an easy job. I'm not even going to lie. It's not an easy job. Man, I might have to do it from here. Hold on. Let me see. Corey, I was just telling everyone on my Skiwi account that you can't see about the time you peed in baby Jack's ears due to his... Why do you keep saying that? I've never peed in that child's ear. That's only true if you aren't paying taxes. You don't have to pay taxes until you reach a certain threshold. I haven't reached it, but I'm gonna. I want to start paying the taxes quarterly once I know I'm going to be making that amount that I have to. In the meantime, I'm just going to wing it. If I make under, I think it's either 12 or 15 grand. I have to check. But if you make under that, you don't got to pay taxes on it. It's some kind of reseller internet commerce thing. But anyway, I'll find out more about it. All right. Like this here. These two things right here. These are miniatures. I paid $0.25 a piece for those. $0.25 each. Look what I sold them for. And they're tiny. I paid about $0.25 each for those. Tiny. Sold. One chick bought both of those right there. I paid $3 for that. I paid $20 for that. I paid $2 for that. That's a doggy front facing doggy pouch carrier backpack. It's weird. Anyway, I paid about $1 for that. And it's brand new, never used. I paid $4 for that. Bam. See that green? That means it's sold. I didn't pay a dime for that. Those are toddler Nike Airs in amazing condition. I had them at $55. I dropped the price and the next day they sold. $1 mug. It's a Starbucks mug. I listed that and it sold within 2 or 3 days. The VCRs collectively, see, I got 68 hours after I put it up. I paid $4 for the remote, $6 for the machine. The video I got from a yard sale in a giant bulk lot for $1 for all of them. So I don't even include that. So I paid $10. So this is not an untapped Jacksonville junk anything. People all over the United States and the UK and Canada are doing what I do. Hey, Vegas. Let's if the person that bought them is pissed when he opened them and realized they weren't full size. Dummy. They're miniatures for dollhouses. Or have you ever sold lawn equipment? Not yet, but I will. I've got this right now. The guy's trying to haggle me down, but I ain't coming down. The yard sale where I bought the printer for $20, I bought another printer for $25. I still have it. It's stored in the bathroom that we don't use. This front bathroom, we don't even use it. So we keep a lot of the eBay stuff in there. And I bought a keyboard, a intelligent synthesizer keyboard, still in the box, a Roland, for $30. I was like, this is coming home with me. I was like, so I bought 3 big ticket items. And then I saw this. Now, when the boys were here, we wanted to get a croquet set. We never did. And when I saw this croquet set, I was like, oh, I want that. It was $5. It is the Eddie Bauer, brand new Eddie Bauer competition for 6 people. Croquet set. Everything is wrapped. It's all still factory cellophane. And only one has sold, and it wasn't even factory cellophane, for $125. No one else has it. Mine's brand new. Like I say, factory cellophane. I had it up. It's still up now for $110. I paid $5. I will get my $110. I mean, I'll take an offer. But I'm doing free shipping on that, right? Which I'm getting ready to change. And I'm going to put down 15 or 20 for shipping because a guy messaged me and wanted to offer me 70. And I said, give me your zip code because I'm doing the shipping on this and I need to know what I can let it go for. I'm going to make my money. So he gave me his zip code. I checked it. I was like, it's $30 to send it to you. 90's where I'm good at. I hope that works for you because that's where I'm good. And he said he couldn't. He's locked in at 80. Can't help him. It's not like something he has to get. It's a croquet set. Save your money. Come back next week and buy it. It's not like I'm depriving him of medication. It's a fucking croquet set. But, yes, this is the smaller room. Hey, Will, the bigger room is where all the shelving and the totes are. And all of my VCRs are, see the ones on the side? They're like sitting that way. Those are package bundles. There's a remote, there's a movie, and then they're cellophaned, and then they're stored. They're ready to go. They're already up. They're on Etsy. They're on eBay, and I'm getting ready to put them on the marketplace as well. But everyone that wants free shipping always lives in places like Washington or Alaska where it costs. I know. Yes. California has been hitting me up hard. So no more free shipping on the big items. I can't. I can't. That first VCR that I sold was a lesson learned. I sold it for $68. I have 10 invested. Between the investment, what it cost me to ship that thing, everything, I made $8. I mean, I still made a profit, so that's the good part at least. And I told Doug, don't be mad, because he was pissed. I said, it's a lesson learned. I went through and I put shipping on everything that was big after that. I was like, no, it's a done deal. This is a learning curve, and we're going to take advantage of it. So we did, and I thought Doug was going to build you a warehouse out in the yard. Why is he dragging his feet? We live in a mobile home park. We can't do that. Washington is pretty far from everywhere. Part of what's nice about it. Yes, I've sold to Washington State. I've sold to lots to California, to Texas. I've sold to Michigan, Maine, Massachusetts, Wyoming yesterday. When the packages went out yesterday, the packages, only 4 packages I took to the post office today. I always list things as expensive or best offer. If someone closer to me wants it, where it's cheaper to ship, I give them the discount. Yeah. Speaking of that, somebody bought something from me that's literally 20 minutes from me, 20 minutes down the road. So I messaged the person and said, hi, congratulations on your purchase. I noticed that you are 20 minutes away from me. I do offer local pickup at a location of your choice. Or I could bring it to you. I mean, I've already got your freaking address. It's part of what I do. I have to have your address to ship your item, right? That would save a lot on packaging and shipping, and you can get it tomorrow. I can bring it to you tomorrow. She never responded. She made me ship this freaking item, this big, gaudy, awkward, and it was only $8, but it wasn't an expensive item, so my profit was really low. I mean, who's not going to take advantage? And I had decided I was upset about, Sherry passing away, and it was that night. I went, you know what? Screw this. I'm going right to her door. I'm not going to hand it to her. I'm going to knock on the door and hand it to her. And then once I calmed down, I said, I can't do that. That's not professional. I can't do that. I mailed it. And it's funny because when you look at the tracking, it shows that the post office got it. And then it shows it departed the post office and went straight to her house. Her post office is my post office. That's how close she lived. But yes, Skiwi does eBay. I've only been on eBay since 05. I didn't even know about eBay until 05. Hey, Corey just made a Wonder Woman bracelet at leather, and it looked pretty good. Oh, nice. And I gave it to a friend of mine, and she loves it. She wears it every day. Just thought I'd tell you. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, like, she could have. It's ridiculous that I'm saying she could have allowed me to deliver it to her. She wouldn't have had to do anything. I would have brought it to her house. I already had her freaking address, but no. So I mailed it. I was going to rob her. That's the silliest thing ever. When you buy something online, people get your address so they can ship you the item. That would mean she's worried that everyone's going to. It's odd. It's a very odd thing. Yes, they did. And as a matter of fact, when they lifted it, then I got a message at the 30-day mark that said, you are doing great. Here, you can list up to $18,500 worth of stuff, up to, I think it's 500 items, I think is what it was. But over $18,000 in value of stuff. So I was pretty proud. And I looked at the computer and went, I told you, if you just turned me loose, I'd make that money. Fuckers. Good night, everyone. Going to finish my Freddy Krueger earrings. Ooh. All right. Good night, Maura. Love you. I wish you lived next door. Yes. I'll never reach. Well, not anytime soon am I going to reach the maximum of what I can list, because as far as item wise, I could reach it. I could reach it with one item if I want to, value wise, by just charging $18,000 for this. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's not hard to do, but I'll never reach the number of items, the volume, the amount, because I'm one person. I told Doug I'm kind of scared I'm not going to be able to keep up if I list too much stuff. So I list maybe 5 items a day occasionally. Usually it's 1 or 2, but I try to do 5. In the beginning, I was trying to list 10 items a day, but I'm afraid I can't keep up because stuff is selling really well. So people will flag and report anything nowadays. Really? Well, I have this figurine that I'm scared to put up. For fear of the racist tone. And it's a figurine, and it's old. It's a figurine of a black boy with a dog in his lap, leaning on a log, barefooted, eating watermelon. But it's well made. It was made in, I think it was made in Japan. And I saw one other one, and it was on a Black Americana collector's website, like just for strictly Black Americana. And I'm just scared to put it up. Sell those online under a fake account. I don't know. I'll just hold on to it. I may list it on one of those websites where that's what they actually do is sell Black Americana, because there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, like I was just talking to Doug about it. A lot of the Black Americana was made by African Americans, like the little dolls. And they literally called them pickaninny dolls. African Americans called them that. Like, it was from when the father worked in the fields, that far back, that way back. And then they'd come home and they'd have this little corn husk doll with the pickaninny hair and everything that they considered in their likeness. And they would give it to their daughter. It was created by African Americans. And it's folk art and it's history. And I don't think that you should be banned from selling that stuff. That's history. Kelly might buy that. Yeah, get the dough and save your online rep at the same time. I don't want to just see it sit. You know, I've only seen one ever. One. I've seen one. I can't find them anywhere, just the one. So it's pretty unique. When I first picked it up on the shelf at a thrift store over a month ago, before I started to sell, so it was almost 2 months ago, I looked at it and I looked up at this woman standing there. I said, this is so racist. It's like, I'm going to make so much money off of this. I was like, I cannot believe it. It's old racist. I mean, it's old, you know, the way it was. That's what they did. People are way too sensitive today. You're right. You're right. How much would you want for that item? It might be ideal for Bonnie's late birthday gift. She lives in Washington and requires free shipping. I ain't doing no free shipping. I would probably want $35 for that. It's probably worth a lot more, but I would take $35. I'll show it to you. I got shit. It's packed up in one of my totes. I don't want to go pulling out the totes, you know? That's a lot. That's a lot. I have to hunt it down. My clothing is a lot easier to keep up with. I have a box over here. And what I do is I'll wash the clothing. If it needs to be ironed, I iron it. I take photographs of it. And then I properly fold it neatly, clean. And then it goes into a Ziploc bag. And then it gets a code on it. And then it goes into the box. So when I sell an item, I look at the color of the item and the code. And then I go through the box, through all the bags. And it's easy to spot it like that. So, yeah, and you know, as far as the sensitivity thing, I have to agree with you because there's not a racist bone in my body. I'm a hardcore right fighter. Everybody knows that. I try to, and then I just, if people don't get it, I'll walk away. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and beat a dumb horse, not a dead horse, a dumb one. And I walk off, and people expect you, people in my own community of Democrats and, LGBTQ fighters and BLM and all that. And they're saying stuff that I'm going, that's a bit extreme. I mean, I'm not just going to slip into that because it's comfortable for you. You're wrong. You're going overboard. You're setting a standard that no one wants to achieve except your little bit of group, and I don't know. I'm not even going to give an example. It's just the things that they say, that's not right. That's this and that's that, or that's racist or this. And I'm like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? I mean, what kind of filter? This is some opposite Hitler crap here, man. This is like, you're trying to turn us into like a daycare center. You can't do that. You can't do that. You want a link to, oh yeah, I want the link to Skis as well. He won't give it though. There's nothing for sale now. I just have a bunch of crap for sale on Facebook Marketplace now. I just can't get down with some of the shit that they say. And it's like so many of my friends that I know don't feel the way that they're saying, that these groups are saying, are going, yeah. And I'm like, look at you with your backbone missing. Look at you, just walking around like a freaking jellyfish, all limber and flopping over sideways and front ways. Everybody's too scared to say the uncomfortable, unpopular thing. It's crazy. I've got to list some more stuff on the marketplace. I don't have anything up there now. But so far, I've only listed 2 items up there and they sold. I did list 2 things up there for free. I bought an example. I bought some breast milk. No, they're not local only. I've listed 2 things on there for sale and they both sold out of the area, one in California and one in NC. I agree. All this BLM nonsense, cops only killed a few of them. I don't agree with that. I mean, at least 10 times that many are killed. But it doesn't matter. We're not holding other people to a standard. They're criminals when they kill each other. Cops are held to a standard and they need to meet it. They need to meet it. You don't just get a free pass to murder someone. They just killed some 16-year-old, or was he 18? He was 16, little redneck guy. He got out of the car and was putting a jug under the wheel because there was something wrong with his car so that it would not roll backwards and hit the cop. And the cop shot him right in the chest, killed him. No, cops need to be held accountable 5 times harder than we are. They signed up for what they do. They knew that the job was not safe. They knew it. That doesn't mean that they get to go, I feared for my life. Because, under Bush, that whole thing changed and they can just kill someone because they felt feared for their life. So now you can be a cop and a pussy. Nice. No, I don't agree with that. And I have law enforcement in my family. Hold them accountable. Put their asses in jail. Put them under the jail. Because at this point, we got a bunch of criminals becoming police so they can have a badge to be a criminal. No. Did you hear about those backwood Alabamans? One of their cops shot a suicidal man, was convicted of murder, but he's still on payroll as a cop 2 years later. It's ridiculous. Police are good old boy. They're all good old boy. That's like the cop that put some kind of KKK thing on the back of another cop's coat while this was the chief of police, I believe, the big dude. And you see him on the security cam doing it. And then when the African-American cop comes in and sees it there, he kind of just looks up and smiles, and you can see he's kind of laughing it off. And I looked at Doug and said, he shouldn't have to laugh that off. He shouldn't have to, in his mind, go, do I want to stand up for myself or do I want my job? Those things should not be interchangeable. He should not have had to tolerate that on his job. And that couldn't have been the first time. I'm sure that it was repetitive. It was constant. He was their token black man is what they saw him as. But that cop resigned because he looked up and went, what, are you going to fire me now? And I thought, fuck yeah, bye, bitch. What do you think about Bill Cosby getting out? And if he served his time, who gives a shit? I mean, he had his day in court. He served his time. And he's out. Yeah, I don't think you should throw someone under the jail. Let the courts decide. And if you don't like the decision the courts made, fight it then. Don't wait until they get out and then go, that wasn't long enough. Well, you should have said something back when the courts decided it. The mayor and the chief of police still support this killer, and the city paid $150,000 for his defense. Well, a lot of times the cops have funding for their own. So, that's just the thing. Cops defending police. If we want to put a stop to that, we need to do it. But I don't think that taxpayers should have to fund it. Absolutely not. Because if you are saying we'll pay your legal fees for court for what you did on the job, then what you're also saying is we're willing to pay when we get sued because you represented us when you did what you did. And we're willing to admit that by paying your legal fees. You were representing all police when you did what you did. And we're proving it by paying your legal fees. If the cops want to right the wrongs, they'll quit covering the legal fees for these criminals with badges. Quit it. Quit it. The rat police in Portland all just resigned at once on the same day. I don't blame them. Things got pretty rough there. Things got ridiculous there. Ridiculous. I don't agree with anything that happened. That was beyond ridiculous. I believe in what they were fighting for. I don't agree with how they did it. Nobody's listening to your reason when all they can do is see what you're doing and hear the chaos. That's kind of like if there's a football game on and the wife walks in front of the TV in the nude. The husband's so distracted by the football game, he doesn't even realize the wife's naked in front of the TV. He's looking around her. You can't focus on the cause because you're causing so much shit. You distract from your own cause. You're your worst enemy in this shit, you know? It's horrible. No, but I don't agree with any of these. They say support all cops. No. Police departments are made up of humans, and humans are made up of errors and successes and good and bad deeds. At some point, you have to individualize these police officers. And if other cops don't do that to other officers, then they collectively agree with the shit. So why, if they can collectively agree with the fucked up things these other police are doing, then why can we not collectively bash all of them? See how that works? It's like, oh, so you can collectively just support him because he's your brother. By the way, I think grown men that call each other brother is the most cowardice, spineless thing. I was telling Doug about that. He said, I know, that kind of creeps me out when I hear guys say, hey, brother. It's like, is that your way of saying, I'm your friend. Please don't come after me. We are one. It's just cowardly. Brother. Hey, brother, how you doing? I was like, well, I don't know. Are you currently on your period or are you past it? I don't get it. Grown-ass men calling each other brother is just a little bit of the hair braiding sisterhood club thing. It's very, very, very feminine. Just thought I'd put that out there. And they like to go, no, it's unity. No, it's not. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. I grew up in a house with all women except for my daddy. And he hung out with my uncles. They would come over on the weekends, and uncles and friends and all these big burly men, and they'd play guitar and cook on the grill and have their beer and just good times. I have never heard one of those grown men call each other brother. And so I know what a man is. I grew up with a father that's a man, with uncles and cousins and good friends of the family that are fucking men. And I don't know. My definition of a man is set, and they don't call each other brother. How do y'all feel about it? Or has it ever been a topic for you? Because it just gives me this, how's your brother Doug doing? He's probably done now, but he was fixing a busted pipe under the house. I'm sure he's done by now. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Boyd's full of men that gather around on panel and cackle like women and call each other brother. Just want to make sure y'all realize that. Bunch of cackling hen men. Brother. No, we're just getting together with men online because we are awkward socially and can't associate with men in life. Brother. The guys like to gab like women. There's a reason I don't hang out with women. I have women friends. I have men friends. I didn't see Lisa or Sherry as those types of women because they weren't. Um, they were like me. They didn't like that shit either. They didn't like that yap yap shit either. So that's probably why we clicked. We didn't like that yap yap drama shit. You know, if you got something to say to somebody, you just said it to them. You didn't broadcast it. You didn't stand up in the middle of the group and go, "Excuse me, excuse me." Let me see. Can't find my shit here. Ding 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 ding. I would like everyone's attention. You over by the grill, you over by the fire pit, and you over there pissing on that tree. I just want to let you all know that I have a beef with this lady right here, and I want everyone to know it. I mean, it's just weird. That's what they do on YouTube. They do it on YouTube. I just want to start up this stream and just start trashing somebody. I just want to start talking shit about them. It's weird. You don't think about it in that context because you get so wrapped up in it that it's normalized. It's not normal. It's not normal. I don't have any male hatred. I just don't have any love for spineless people, jellyfish. And the thing is, the ones that are doing it online, they got the big burly beard. They drive a big truck, you know, and they got all that mouth online, you know, and it's like, I can't help but think some of them have silky pink panties just for special occasions. I don't know. Maybe when they do the laundry, which I'm sure they do, they stop just a little bit longer when they get to their wives' negligees or something, and it's soft. Yeah. Nobody hijacked my chat. What are you talking about? Social media has ruined privacy and communication. It has. Don't call me brother unless you effing know me or have known me for most of my life. I don't think no one should call nobody brother unless they're your brother. I just don't. I think it's because it's been ruined for me. It's been ruined. It's like I've heard it so much on here. That it's just like I can't help but associate it with girly men. I'm not talking about like LGBTQ people. I'm talking about effeminate men that are trying to portray, you don't have a wrench? You have a wrench? What are you talking about? You're blue. You have a wrench. When you go that far above and beyond to try to portray this big, tough man image, but it's always on here, talking to other people about other people, specific people, like naming names and stuff. It's easy to get wrapped up in this. Don't say I did it. But you have to back out. You know, come out of the crack den for a couple of weeks and you'll realize what you were doing. You know, get out of the crack den. Hey, Warren, don't say brother. Look up. I am. You said, what happened to my wrench? And you have your wrench. Social media has ruined privacy. Yeah, I know. To each their own. What do you want me to say, William? By the way, do you want to get together and do dinner this weekend? Will? Warren doesn't have a wrench. I'm not on that page. I'm on the StreamYards page. Give me 1 second. Keyboard Warriors, yes. And they all have to talk about their guns. They all have to talk about their guns, you know, like all of them. It's because they're bitches. They're all bitches. They can't fight. None of them can fight. Keyboard Warriors, yeah, I saw it. Hulk Hogan used to call everyone. I know. It was weird to me when he did it. No, I just think people need to. I'm not saying don't do this social media thing right here, but don't deny what you are. Don't deny what it is. I like it a little rough. Me too. Me too. Hey, brother, snap into a Slim Jim. And so many of these people, you wonder, they say they have jobs, they say they have marriages, they have children or family, or they have social lives outside of this, but they're always around. Since I haven't been around, as y'all know, I've noticed it when I have stepped in and checked things out. And I'm like, everyone in church has the habit of calling everyone brother. I remember when I was going to Christian school. Yes, I remember that. And it was that was symbolic of the religious connection. It's totally acceptable. I mean, it's just different. It's just the deacons of the church, which my uncle was a deacon where he went. I don't know how to really put it now that you brought that up, but it was more of a religious, and I'm an atheist. I don't give a shit about the God thing, devil thing. I don't give a crap. It's all shenanigans. I don't believe any of it. But that was I respect that other people. I mean, we're in America. You have the freedom of and from it, of religion and from it. So, there was a religious connection with a lot of them. And I know AA is the same way, because AA has that religious aspect that either draws you in more and helps you get well, or pushes people away, where they're like, I don't care for this religious crap and it doesn't do them any good. They leave and it doesn't help them, but they do it as well, AA. So I ain't praising nobody, because how do you know it ain't a her? Ain't nothing there no damn way. Warren knows my feelings on that stuff. That's never been a secret. I've been around since 2014. Ain't never been a secret about how I am when it comes to that. Just the religious part I get. Stop playing. Watch. Doug! Douglas! He's in a bedroom. He can't hear me. Yeah, I was a Baptist too. I've said it before. When people say, what in the world happened to you to make you an atheist? I read the Bible twice. And I went to church and I went to Christian school. That's what made me an atheist. Yeah, but I was a Baptist. He's not under the house. Doug's not a dummy. He cut a hole in the floor to access the pipe. The bottom of the house is flooded from the pipe. So he just cut a section of the floor out, repaired it, reattached it, sealed it off. It's fine. It's great for accessing the pipes if you need to. My mom was Pentecostal. I didn't grow up in a religious house. But they believed in God and stuff. And I went through a phase where I did, and it was hardcore. And my sisters got really sick of me. I was that God's warrior person. And I was in 5th grade. And my sisters would do or say something. They were teenagers. And I'd say, you could go to hell for that. It was constant. And they were finally like, Mom, make her stop. Because I finally felt like I belonged to something. So I get it when other people are hardcore. They needed something. They needed to belong. So they found it in religion. I get it. Because I was there. I did it. I don't need to belong anymore to anything. I don't need the comfort of other things and other people to feel good about where my life is. So I don't need it. It's a great thing to have, because religion keeps people under its thumb. A lot of people would do some pretty fucked up things if religion wasn't an aspect of their life. Just the threat of knowing that or thinking that there's a heaven and a hell and a God and someone's watching can keep people in check. Religion does what it was designed to do, control. So they were hypocrites. You can live a good and decent life whether you're a Christian or not. And for some reason, a lot of the arrogant Christians think that Christianity owns the rights to marriage. Marriage has been around since before Christianity. The unity of two as one, that's been around for ages. That's been around since the beginning of time. So they think they own the right to marriage. They own the right to truthfulness. They own the rights to not stealing, and they own the rights to kind deeds. These are human aspects. These are traits of being a human, the good traits. That doesn't mean you automatically get them because you use them in Christianity. That's a human trait. Thanks for letting us know what humans are supposed to do anyway. It's just... That's why religion has rubbed off on me so badly. Too many hypocrites. Well, when you say that, the Christians come out and say, don't let the bad ones make you judge, because Christianity as a whole is good. And I do believe Christianity as a whole is good. But I've personally only met 2 or 3 people in my life that literally lived a Christian lifestyle. Just the nicest, best, decent, amazing, just never a bad word out of their mouth. Always a kind deed, never a judgment. I've known 2 or 3. And Moses plagiarized those 10 commandments. Do you still dislike The Godfather? I don't want to talk about that. You agree, Harold? Yeah. And the ones that say that they tend to be the biggest hypocrites, they just hide it better. Right. The thing with they fuck up, they do, these Christians, they mess up. And then they go, well, I prayed to God and God forgave me. Okay, that's lovely. What about the people you wronged? Did you ask them to forgive you? Oh, that doesn't matter because God forgave you. Oh, try being an atheist. Because when you're an atheist, you can't pray to Sky Daddy and go, okay, Sky Daddy forgave me. I'm still going to heaven. No, you have to look into the face of the person you wronged. That's hard. And you have to say to them, I'm sorry. Either I didn't mean to, or I did it. And, I meant to, I just didn't think it was going to have this impact. You can't just get a free pass and go, I prayed to God. There, I'm good. And people think being an atheist that's just a cop-out. No, it's a reality check. It's the reality of the fact that there's absolutely no evidence of a God. None. Nothing. Now, you see the sun shine and go, how can you look at that and say there's no God? What? Easy. Because it's a mass of gases in a giant ball a gazillions miles away from them. It's science. How can you say that's God? That's fucking science. Jesus. Let's see. Let me tell you something. You can put it on the board. Yes. The Berg Show. What do you know? All of that happened way back before you were pretending to be an Amazon millionaire living off your elderly parents. Oh, come on. I believe in a theory called come up to present time. I don't hold grudges. It isn't about holding grudges. That's the other thing this community does. They go, let bygones be bygones. And I'm like, I don't need to make amends with that person. I'm good. Why do you have to be associating with everybody? Good grief. This isn't a popularity contest. Know when to walk away from someone that's toxic and basically freaking evil. He knows he's evil. He knows he's fucking evil. And he knows that I know he's evil. So, everybody wants to, and the people that just all of a sudden forgive someone and they're just chatting with them. And I'm like, oh, were you bored? Did you want to have somewhere to hang out this weekend? You bored? You couldn't knit a sweater? So you just, again, folded that spine in half, gelatinous as it is. And ignored everything between you. Cowardice. Toxic association is bad for everyone. Well, boy, is that, Will, toxic. And I think collectively there might be 3 spines in the entire community. 3. And they're the people that don't come on anymore. They just kind of watch from afar. That's why they have spines. They don't participate. And if they do participate, they're not going to communicate with the ones that they clearly have an issue with. They don't, well, don't be mean. Just make amends. Just make amends. That way we can all hang out together. What? It's inconvenient for you that I have a problem with this person? Well, fuck off. Thanks, Corey. Who's the other 2? I wasn't talking about your ass. What are you talking about? I want that pulled pork recipe. Oh, the one that Doug made? I'll tell him. I have watched Bird's show, and I didn't know he's evil, but I sure know I didn't say he was evil. Well, so if I could give me a current health situation and how well I'm doing and the amount of people who have had me in their prayers, I think there's a higher power somewhere. Yeah, and then that is your absolute right to credit it to a religious thing. You know, when somebody is medically not well and they start getting well, I credit the physicians. That's it. I just credit, and then they'll say, you know, well, you know, God was God in their hand. I mean, that is a desperation level that I can't wrap my mind around. Are you just trying your very best to find some way to connect every good and positive thing to God and every bad thing to Satan? Satan's working. He's working us. No, he's not. It's life. There's good. There's bad. There's dark. There's light. Salt and pepper, night and day, hot and cold. This is life. There is no good and evil and stuff like that. It's not a higher power, in my opinion. It's just life. But I know that it's a helpless feeling when you feel like it is just us. If it's just us and the cards fall where they may, because that's life, that's kind of terrifying. And to think that you're going to die and end up just poof, like a light, or your energy just lingers. It just feels better and more comforting to know when I die, I'm going to those pearly gates in heaven. It just feels better, you know? That's like going into a dark room. You've never been in the room. The light is off. And there's no light switch, but you've got to go in the room for whatever the reason. That's terrifying. But if somebody that you trust says, it's full of marshmallows and puppy dogs, nothing's going to hurt you. You're cruising. You're in. I mean, it's just, the unknown is scary. So I totally understand why religion is a factor for people. I get it. Why do you have a doctor? Why don't you let your preacher and God heal you? They don't. Yeah, you have done very well, Harold. Where's the Wonder Woman apron? You know what video I'm talking about. I almost laughed so hard, I almost fell out of my chair. I've got the apron. It's packed up in the RV though. I don't have it in here. God created the COVID vaccine to protect him. No, but that COVID vaccine sure is protecting me and Doug and a lot of others, and it's not protecting the ones who decided not to get it. I lost, y'all know Sherry, the other day from it, not even a week ago. Lost a really good Facebook friend that I've known on there for years. He was actually going to come stay with us for a while, but he found a place to go. His name is Kevin Karsten. He was an artist. And I lost 2 other friends that I didn't know quite as well from Facebook. I didn't know them as well. And then there was Priscilla, who I knew many years ago, to COVID. So none of them had their shot. None of them. I could go on a tangent for days about the way I feel about things. I just have my opinion, you know. Everyone has their opinion. And I tend to not mind sharing the unpopular one. I don't mind. I'm 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 not ashamed of how I feel about things. And I'll alienate the people that are in opposition to my way of thinking, my typical way that I think, and I'll alienate the people that thought that I agreed with everything they said. You know, this group over here of Democrats that were like, how could you say that? Oh, gee, I don't know, because I'm not a sheep. And I'm thinking that y'all are getting extreme with your way of thinking. That's what I think. And I thought I'd let you know because I think there is some value. Um, there's some value to every opinion, so long as you don't try to force it on other people. You can share your opinion, and other people can hear it and go, I don't agree with her. Or they might hear it and go, you know what? I feel the same way. So I mean, that's where I'm at with it. The virus is cleaning the gene pool. I don't think it is. I don't. It shouldn't have been able to, but when you've got somebody with a platform and a megaphone and they're screaming, like the people with the biggest impact, the biggest voices, they have a responsibility. Even like here on Boyd, if you have an impact in a community and a crowd and a voice and you use it, that voice for something negative, and then something negative happens, that's on you. If you have a responsibility to say the right things, and if you use it to say the wrong things and turn the community in the wrong direction, that's wrong. That's evil. You're horrible. So it's the same thing with politics. You know, you've got people in these giant platforms that have people who believe them. They've built up this trust with these politicians, and then these politicians start saying random shit, and they're like testing the waters, like, oh wow, they bought that too, let me try this. Wow, they believed that, let's try this one. And then they hit the big one about the vaccine, and they believed them, and now they're gone. You're still wearing your mask. Yeah, you know that they are not reporting it, but Duval County, just in my circle right now, currently, there are 6 in my circle. 2 are dead. The rest are affected. They have it in Duval. The numbers are not, I've been looking it up. The numbers are not reflecting. I mean, the irony, come on, the irony of just in my little circle, which you guys know, I don't go out. I don't really associate with people. I'd rather not. 6, fucking 6. What are the odds? Unless it's worse than that, but they're not reporting the numbers right. And I don't think that's fair. Yeah, they said we may need a booster if we've already had the original one, which is, I told Doug that was probably going to be a thing because they knew that it was going to evolve like living things do. This virus is a living thing. Everything that's alive is fighting to survive, and that includes COVID. It wants to survive, even if it's at the cost of killing the host and killing itself. Nobody said COVID was smart. It's just desperate to stay alive. So I figured there would have to be a second follow-up. And I'm like, sign me up. I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's do this. Because after losing 2 people, 4 people that were pretty close, yeah, I'm not taking a chance. This is not a political issue for me. Not for me, it's not. This is a matter of, I look at Shane and Wayne and Madison and Seema and Dessa, Aaron and Jack and Doug, and I know there is no question in my mind that I don't want to leave this world yet. And I don't need to symbolically support my political view back off in myself. I'm not going to do it. Harold, did you just say that this virus is man-made and was released on the world on purpose? Was that sarcasm? Were you being sarcastic? Are you there? That's the misinformation right there. The people that think they have the truth and they're getting it from the underground and everyone else doesn't have a clue. That is not cool. Ray or Harold, that is not even almost cool. Unbelievable. I had no idea you felt that way. I'm wrapping my mind around it. I'm really trying here. It's not true. You saw one man and he gave an opinion about something and you went, "Oh, there's proof." That's it. What would the agenda be? What was the agenda? Don't say population control, because there are a bajillion theories from conspiracy theorists that claim population control, from chemtrails to all the other freaking tinfoil bullshit that they put out. I don't understand how people can be so suspicious over something. I don't know. On Fox News, yes, absolutely. Do you know that Fox News, the Supreme Court ruled years ago that Fox News didn't have to give the facts. They could still call themselves news. And the court ruling literally says Fox News does not have to tell the truth. Did you know that? Did you know that? The Supreme Court said so. They don't have to tell the truth. There was a group trying to shut Fox News down from being able to call themselves news because their shit had gotten so outrageous. And the Supreme Court ruled that they did not have to tell the truth and they could still call themselves news. And ever since that happened, Fox News has gotten ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh my God. Now you got to remember, Fox News also lets Mike Lindell on, the ex-junkie that keeps talking about all this evidence, that they've had more than 60 opportunities in front of the courts to show the evidence, but they never did. Remember that? Because China was mad over the tax on imports. Yeah, so they started killing the country and the whole world. Yeah, that's absolutely, totally makes sense. Yeah, it's quite the agenda. Fauci paid for the virus research using your tax dollars. China recognized it could be used as a weapon. Oh my God. Why are you people on my side chat with this bullshit? I've been misinformed. Oh, so you believe CNN, Clinton News Network? I don't watch CNN. Oh, QAnon. Are you one of those Q people? Are you one of them? Awesome. We have a head case in the house. We have a couple of them. I am blown away by what I'm seeing. Y'all remember when Glenn Beck used to get his little chalkboard out? And he would literally map with numbers and codes. If you add 3 and 3 and then 4 and take away 2, which is the number of people that were there minus the number of people that weren't there, and this, that, and the other, look what you get. Barack Obama. And I would sit there going, oh my God, how in the hell are people watching this? This is comical. This is absolute Comedy Central competition. Of course, Fauci backed and is part owner of the Pfizer shot. And I guess someone told you that and showed you the evidence, didn't they? Okay. Oh, if you saw it on YouTube, then it's clearly the truth. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yes. My chat hasn't turned against me. I'm just blown away that people are so desperate for some reason. Just because it originated in China, it's China's fault. Like China caused it on purpose. Like they intentionally did this. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm saying there's no evidence. And I'm kind of like one of them show me kind of people. Show me some proof. And I don't mean put someone on the camera that shares the opinion that you like. Show me the proof. Well, you know what? The research had to be funded by somebody in the United States since it was the government doing the research. Did you ever think about that? It's government funded research. Do you think some private citizen's going to come along and fund it? Does that even make sense to you? Do you even hear yourself? You have the evidence. Okay, so why aren't they showing it? Just like they have the evidence of the stolen election that they had more than 60 court opportunities and never showed it. And then Giuliani sat right before a judge and said, oh, we're not claiming that it was a fraudulent election. That's not what we're claiming. He's literally on the record claiming, oh, we're not saying it's a fraudulent election. That's not what we're saying. And I'm like, okay, why aren't they showing that on Fox News? Fox News has yet to report that, and it is in the actual transcript from the court. You just go to the website and order it. It's right there. Just read it. Doug! Doug! What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. Look at Mama. Come here, Mama. Bula, come here. Come here. Jump. Jump. Joel, come here. Come here. Joel, come here. Oh my God, this dog is a freaking basket. Come here. Come here. Come here. Jump. 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 Hold on. Come here. Jump up here, Mama. Come on. There she is. It's the best girl. What is that? You got a piece of foam in your mouth? Why are you such a weirdo? No, another country counted our ballots. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. I'm feeling that secondhand embarrassment for y'all. I really am. I ain't got nothing to do with all that, Sig. I don't do basket cases anymore. And I don't do head cases. I don't do none of that shit no more. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Yeah. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Oh. I cared so little about you fuckers. I'm kidding. That I didn't even do my makeup. It's okay. I cannot believe that people are still saying that another country, every time I think I've heard every possible scenario, because they will believe anything other than Donald Trump lost the election, because they're like, that's impossible. We were the loudest ones. We were louder than everybody. We said screw COVID and we showed up anyway. They just, did you see the size of that crowd? Did y'all hear that cha-ching? I just got paid. I sold something. Let me see. What did I sell? Maybe it's... I love when that cha-ching goes off. It means I got paid. $122.70. Thank you very much. Payday. That was just for the last 24 hours income. So, it's just some serious Jim Jones, the People's Temple Guyana shit, when it's easier to believe all of these random, unproven conspiracy theories than to just believe that something that happens, someone lost an election. That is the easiest thing to believe. It's like, it happens all the time. People lose elections. You know? It's not a surprise that he lost the election, considering that he was telling people, don't get him, there's nothing, you don't need the vaccine. It's China. China did it. And now, thankfully, he's going loony, which you won't hear about on Fox News, but the videos are there. It doesn't matter who delivers the video. Watch the video of actual Trump not being able to comprehend a thought process and form a sentence. It's the most beautiful thing I've seen all week. I don't know. COVID is definitely real, Gabe. I don't know if you've been listening, but one of my very, very dear friends just passed away Thursday of it. So I'm not having any power surges so far. Hi, Mark. Who's bananas? China has also warned us that if he lost the election, then it was a fraud. Well, we already knew that Trump was getting the numbers. He was saying, oh, the numbers are great. The numbers are great. We're going to win this election. But at the same time, he was also saying, because we would watch him, he would say, if we lose this election, clearly it's rigged. And I went, did you hear that, Doug? He's looking at the real numbers, but he's not telling people. But he's already setting up his excuse for losing. He said, oh, yeah, he's been saying it for weeks. And this was before the election, obviously. And I was like, he's setting it up. He's setting it up just like he's so successful. Like everything he touched has turned to shit. Every business he started failed. Every company he bought failed. Football team failed. Everything that he had his name on wasn't even his. He was just renting out his name. But he'd like to act like they were all his businesses, Yep, not my circus, not my monkey. That's it. I'm a show me person. Fox News had to show a disclaimer during his CPAC speech, during his rant on election lies, because there's an open lawsuit against them from Dominion. Yes, they've all had to backtrack because they know. They're like, shit, we've played his game as long as we can. Now we're going to lose our ass. Put the disclaimer up. And it's been happening for a while too, Mark. Because they know it's like this is this fucking game, this political drive, and all the people going, Trump won the election. And so they want to keep their viewers happy because now they're competing with Newsmax and that One America News Network, total freaking tabloid magazine made for TV, tabloid news, that alien alligator baby hybrid type shit, it's just crazy. My New York woman JP is from New York. What I think she was born in Missouri, Show Me State. Exactly. I'm from the Show Me State, I guess, even though I'm not. But are you making the pizza? What are you doing? Wait, we're not doing pizza? It's 10:30. I gotta go in there and make pizza. Doug decided to have pot pie instead. Fuck that. I want pizza. She taught me to never trust anyone. You gotta. I get it. People want to be comforted for what they already believe. I'm human. I get it. But if you're going to comfort me for something that I believe, all right, like say, for example, I have an old dog and everyone's telling me he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He'll get better. That makes me feel comfortable. No, because that part of my brain goes, well, that's nice. It sounds good. It comforts what I want. But then I look at the reality and go, don't fucking feed that shit to me. I mean, I know you want me to be happy and feel better, but at the end of the day, he's going to fucking die. Don't undermine, don't undermine me with this bullshit, this temporary comfort. And that's what I get when people want to hear what comforts what they already think. But it doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true. I mean, how do you explain they had more than 60 opportunities sitting in front of a court, them and affiliates of them, to show the court that the election was stolen, and they never showed a drop of proof? Nothing. That's why they did that whole big showboat in front of the panel where Giuliani farted that one, because it wasn't a legal court hearing. It was a kangaroo court. It was a show. It was a circus. It was a joke. It was embarrassing. And everybody was like, they had a hearing. They've shown their evidence. They weren't showing their evidence to a court. They were showing it with politicians that agreed with Trump. But again, they're individuals. And at some point, you have to separate them from the political party and say, your individual thought is wrong. They've never once shown evidence in court. Not once. Saucy! Oh my God, I just washed all of those clothes for resale and she laid in them. I gotta wash them again. I'm gonna kill this dog. A percentage of Trump's fans are insane. But a percentage, I don't think they're insane. I just think they're not smart. But a percentage who don't want Biden, Trump gives them a voice and someone to listen to, agree with them, coddle them. Right. And Mark, he has that responsibility with the voice that he has to say and do the right things for the country. And they keep saying, he's such a patriot. Oh, really? Trump, the patriot, the man that dodged the draft multiple times because he loves the country so much that he was too much of a pussy to fight for it. Yeah, that patriot. Sure. 60 court cases and Supreme Court case and zero evidence. They even said they preach affidavits as evidence. Yeah. And the courts kept saying, we're not wasting another day on this. They're like, the courts refused to hear it. They didn't have the courage. Everything is about, I dare you. He's a baby. Trump's a baby. It's like, he says that whole thing. That's the adult thing, saying they didn't have the courage. That's the adult version of, are you scared? Like a kid would do. And now, of course, we've heard from the people that have known Trump since he was a teen. That's the way he was when he was a kid. He challenged you. And if you didn't do it, you were a baby. You were scared. And I mean, I guess that's what we get for putting someone in the White House that has major narcissism, super insecurities, and just he brags about passing a test that was designed to determine if he had dementia. And he still brags about it. It's like, congratulations, you have the least dementia of anybody that's taken the test. Wow. Nobody told that man he aced a dementia test. He's such a liar. It's amazing. But hey, Vicky. put them in a bin or bag so she can't. No, really? I just washed them. I hadn't had a chance to photograph them yet. They were in a bag. That's what I'm saying. She like pulled the bag down and pulled the clothes out. But do you think that Biden is showing signs of forgetfulness? I think anybody. I think he stumbles with his thoughts trying to process a way of saying shit. I noticed that too. But we have to remember that Ronald Reagan was president. His second term, the entire term, completely gone. Total dementia. If you look at videos, which are few, during his second term, he wasn't on camera quite as often. And the later into his term, he was less and less. And when he was, there was someone right there, usually his wife. You know, they were right there. He had literal handlers. He was showing signs of actual dementia at the end of term one. And he still got elected for term two. And everybody fucking knew that he wasn't going to be able to swing it. So who are you electing? Whoever's handling him. So there's that, you know. I destroyed a $17 transmission output shaft seal yesterday. Thursday, I get another one. I'm not jumping to the easiest route I can find this time. Awesome. I knew Ronald Reagan was nuts when he started calling his wife mommy. Hey, Celeste, how are you doing? Doing YouTube videos, do you make very much money on them? Hell no. I've made way more money selling on eBay over 40 days now than I have in all the years that I've been monetized on YouTube. Like mounds more. No, I don't make shit on eBay. I mean on here. I don't make shit. I'll make nothing. I haven't gotten a check from my monetization, and where it shows you how much you've made has not moved in a year. It's messed up. It's saying that I have not made a single dime, but yet I've got moments where I'm peaking with my views and it's falling and peaking and falling on different stuff, but yet I've not made a penny. YouTube's full of crap. They aren't paying anybody what they're supposed to. And you have no way to contact them. There's no way for you to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to climb into bed. It's about that time for me since I've been up since 7. Well, I slept all day today. I rolled over when my alarm went off and I cut it off. And I didn't mean to. I meant to snooze it and I cut it off. And when I woke up, it was 2 o'clock. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm going to use this time to list more stuff. And if I don't, then I'll just probably go to bed. Yeah, I think Biden is, I don't think he has dementia, but I do think he is. I mean, but look how old he is. Trump's only a few years younger than him. So, I mean, it's like, it's not a shocker to see him being forgetful. If he didn't, I would be suspicious. He's old. It's gonna happen. You know, he's the oldest elected president we've ever had, you know, at the moment he was elected. But I think he's got good people around him that'll keep focused on. It ain't like with Trump. With Trump, everyone had their own agenda. Everybody was trying to be the last one in the room with him so they could push theirs. This is my agenda. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. And I want you to do this. But and insiders with GW said that he was the same way. Everybody, Dick Cheney tried to always be the last one in the room because he wanted his agenda to go through, not the one that just left. He was always making sure he was the last one in the room. And a lot of folks got fired because they went to him about it and noticed it and said something, and they got the boot. Cheney wasn't having none of that. He was like, no, I will be the last one in the room. Because George W. Bush wasn't exactly the smartest. I mean, I think that goes without saying, but I know my comment did not fit the subject at hand, but the subject always sucks if you're from different parties. Yeah. Um, yeah, I do see him being forgetful. I do. I do see him like taking a moment to gather his thoughts. But then I think, so long as he's got the people around him to keep him focused on what his agenda is supposed to be, and don't think agenda is not a bad word. Everyone hears that word and they go, "Ooh, he's got an agenda." Everyone has an agenda. Think about it. When I go to McDonald's, I have an agenda. I'm getting me a milkshake. I'm getting me some French fries. Everyone has an agenda. I mean, look up the definition. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. You can have a bad agenda, or you can have a positive one, or you can have one that's focused on the country, or you can have one that's personal. Personal agendas, I don't agree with when it comes to politics. I don't think anyone should. And no one should deny that a politician has a personal agenda. And I don't mean like I'm fighting for this group's right because I agree with them. That's not a personal agenda. That's just their personal opinion about it. A personal agenda is where you change the tax code because you fall under that tax criteria and it'll benefit you. If you change the way you leave things to family when you pass away and you can avoid paying, you get what I'm saying. That's a personal agenda. But I think Biden has the right people from what I've seen so far that are going to keep him focused on what his agenda has been from the beginning. I have an agenda, but it's not working. Elect Tulsi. Tulsi Gabbard? Fuck that bitch. She ain't getting nothing. She ain't getting elected. Fuck that bitch. And while we're at it, fuck that Cinema chick too. Kristen Cinema, what's her name? Cinema, yeah. She's a Democrat. Fuck her too. She's a sellout. Get her ass out of there. I don't automatically support every Democrat because some of them are just straight bullshit. Getting a Diet Pepsi and a cigarette. Oh, you better stop smoking. Right, Mark, right? Marjorie Trader Green. She's about as dumb as they get. I listen to her and I'm like, yep. Because I hear people go, she's for the people. From her little town, yeah, she's probably the smartest one in that town. That's not saying much with her bullshit. She didn't even know what was a country and what was she thought Puerto Rico was a country, like another country. This woman is a politician that thought fucking Puerto Rico was another country. And what was the other place? Was it? No, it was Brazil or Bermuda, whatever it was, Bermuda. And it was hilarious. I was like, I don't really know which ones are part of the United States, all of them, and which ones aren't. But I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. Oh my God, I love the word you use. Fuck word. It's my favorite word. Oh, that's funny. Marjorie Trader Green looks like a horse. She looks like Mrs. Ed. I can't even look at. She's very difficult to look at and to listen to. And she's so unprofessional. I get, Mark, you've heard me say it before. I get secondhand embarrassment for some of these people. I'm like, wow, this is your legacy? And who are you impressing? I mean, look at the people that are going to be impressed by it when you're gone. What does that say about you? Low bar much? She is low-hanging fruit. Marjorie Trader Green is low-hanging fruit. I hate to even pick on her. She doesn't even know she's dumb. She has no idea that she's a dumbass. She has no idea. She gets up there and she's like, I'm a regular person like y'all. And I just want to bring my everyday Jane stuff and talk to y'all and bring it to Washington and make things happen. You just said 45 minutes of absolutely nothing. What did I bring away from what you said? I'm walking in the parking lot going, I don't even know what the fuck she just said. She didn't give us anything. Nothing. She repeated the way we feel about things because she watched it on the social media stuff and said, this is what they like. This is what they, okay, focus on these things because it's a popularity contest and we want to make sure that they like us. But she didn't actually say she was going to do anything. I mean, I'm just so embarrassed for how small her mind is. Just dumb. Tulsi, what is she, a roach? After all you people die off, Tulsi will be the only one left. Mark says, today, Ted Cruz gave comments on Fox News about how it's wrong and cowardly for those Texas Democrats to leave the state to stop the voting bill. Oh, really? Is it? Didn't he fly to Cancun during a power outage? Thank you. Oh, look, Mark. We have a smart one in the room. Then don't point out the obvious, though, because people don't like that when it doesn't agree with them. Oh, my goodness. Jimmy Dore and Aaron Matt are kicking Jank and Anna's ass. It's not a competition. That's just it. It doesn't matter because both of those groups you mentioned, both of them are speaking to the choir. Jank and Anna are speaking to the people who agree with them. Jimmy and Aaron are speaking to the people who agree with them. So it doesn't even matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Did you see the movie of The Twilight Zone, The Last Man on Earth? And are you talking about, because there was a black and white back in the old days. The series was out, of course, there weren't many. People think that it went on for a long time, and it really didn't. You could binge every single one of the Twilight Zones in probably 2 days. There weren't many of them. And they had one where the man, his glasses were really thick, and he worked at a bank, and his wife was awful, and he loved to read. And then he would hide in the bank safe, and he would read on his break just to get away from it all. And something happened, total apocalypse bullshit, while he was on his break. And when he opened the safe, he was the last man on earth. And he was so happy. It was quiet. It was calm. And he saw the library and the books were scattered. And he was so happy. And when he leaned over, his glasses fell off and they shattered. He couldn't see a thing. It was so like the Alanis Morissette song, Ironic. It was so ironic. He found all those books and time to read, and the glasses broke. He couldn't read. He couldn't see anything. So that was The Last Man on Earth one that I recall better than. That was probably my favorite episode ever of all of the original, because I was a kid when I saw it and I never forgot it. And I remember crying when I saw it. I was like, that's not fair. He didn't do anything to deserve that. That's not fair. I was so mad. Going to bed. You better take a shower, stink booty. I want to live forever. Does anyone know where I sign up? I am willing to drag my wrinkles around. I do not want to live forever. That guy wasn't a dummy. Jimmy's good. I didn't say he wasn't good people. I'm just saying Jimmy Dore, yeah. He's speaking to the pervs. Whatever. Yeah, he left his dog. Yeah, he left his dog and took his family. He said his girls just wanted to. Are you going to bed? Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off here too. I didn't realize it was that late, Vicky. But yeah, he went there. Talk about a coward. His community was ravaged by a flood and storm, and he bolted. He just bolted. Yeah, tell us all about how brave it is to do one thing and how cowardice it is to do another. Please inform me. Please don't be hypocritical. Just tell me. I would just like to see what goes on. I'm nosy. I know that when I die, I'm going to hang out. I'm going to watch people. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to watch life go on. Donald Trump. Cokehead Donald Trump Jr. Can't even keep my eyes open because I'm so stoned out of my fucking mind. Oh, anyway, Hunter Biden's a junkie. Yeah. Yeah, it's all quite comical. I cannot help but get secondhand embarrassment for all of it. All of it. Doug, what are you doing?
Where's those white things at?
The what?
Those little white things that you said I could take.
Oh, I'm going to get off here, you guys. I got to go tend to my husband. Tulsi Trump 2024. I'm going to tell you what, Jeff. I ain't putting up with your shit. Pull this country back together. This country's not apart. And I get so sick of hearing Trump go, we rebuilt the military. Rebuilt the military? This guy is so arrogant. Like, I'm not going to say it because I'll end up with the freaking FBI or CIA or Secret Service at my door. But anyway, yeah, that's true. I just hope I have a nice cloud. All right. Good night, everybody. All of you, Celeste, Jeff, Gabe, Granny, Mark, Vicky, who else? Will, who else? Whoever else showed up here to chat. You guys have a great night. I'm out. I got to go make a pizza and get back to work making that money. I got paid, Doug. I got paid, Doug. He didn't even hear me. My bank account is bulging at the seams. Anyway. This thing's way behind. Okay. All right. Well, love to you all. Even the ones who have crazy opinions about everything that can just... For those of you who just believe the shit you see because it feels right, I might want to sell you some oceanfront property in Arizona. So, good night, everybody. Y'all be good to each other.